So I want to talk about the art part, more specifically, the creative ideas, because Seth, I've got a love-hate relationship with analysts, and I've mentioned this many times before. It's that it isn't that their information isn't necessary or that it's not valuable, but because it's based on history, in my opinion, and I feel like its usefulness has its limits. So, do you think any groundbreaking ideas or leaps in business growth ever come from analyzing what has already happened?
Um, First, I want to thank you for these questions. These are some of the best questions. What a great conversation. I really appreciate it.
Thanks.
I
Thanks,
will
Seth.
also say we've been talking about marketing the whole time. That what
Yeah.
we haven't been talking about is hype and promo and advertising, but we've been talking about marketing the whole time. And, I did an interview a bunch of years ago with the fashion designer Diane von Furstenberg. And American Express has hired me to do a series of interviews. I'm not as good at it as you, so I was really working hard to practice it. And I was out of my element talking to her, so I read both of her autobiographies. And I'm digging deep, and she's not helping me. And finally, I roll out my best question, which was she had a chapter in one of her books about the difference between cosmetics and fragrances, because if you approach them differently, you can really come out ahead. And the purpose of the interview was to help small businesses. So I said, talk a little bit about the difference between cosmetics and fragrances and how that thinking really helped you. And her answer was, it made it clear she had not only not written her autobiography, she hadn't read her autobiography. And so the thing is, she was intuitive. She just
Mm,
did, quote, what felt right. But the reason that she was so successful for so long was she was living in the industry. She was not analyzing with words, but she understood the genre. She understood what people she was serving wanted before they knew what they wanted. So her immersion in the history gave her the ability to predict and create the future. But she had no words to describe it because that part of her brain just didn't function properly. And the challenge that we have when we talk to analysts or do focus groups is we're looking for proof and deniability so that we can say, oh, look at this pie chart, look at this chart. Therefore, I'm off the hook if we do this. But
cover your
breakthroughs
ass.
never have proof and deniability because if they did, someone would have done it before you got there.